It's the weekend. You know what that means. It's WWND.
Wrestling with neurodivergence.
You dumb horse. And we're coming to you from the birthplace of Roderick Strong.
Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
I'm Lisa. I have autism. That's our ref, Gary.
Yeah, that's me. And I have the ADHD.
Let's get into it.
There we go. It's official now.
All right. Tonight we're going to be discussing the September 11th Dynamite. We start things off with it. We're outside, obviously, and I don't know if this is after, like during the pay-per-view, after the whole plastic bag over Brian's head.
Which was amazing.
It was, the whole pay-per-view. And let me digress here for a second. Amanda's not with us. She is still recovering from the pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah. They get her, guys.
They do. Anyway.
I think she shed a little bit of a tear when Danielson had the bag over his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's a softie.
She is.
Yeah. Anyway,
it looks like it's a pay-per-view outside viewpoint. I'm not sure. But Mox is basically talking to the camera, addressing Brian, saying, Brian, we made a commitment to build something sustainable. To be something to be proud of. But everywhere Mox looks, he sees nothing but egos. And he brings up William Regal. And he says that Regal always talked about how Brian is the perfect wrestler. And how Mox and Regal can't help who they are. And then Mox says, I'm the one true king of these lands. We tried your way. Diplomacy has failed. Today I choose war.
Yeah.
Okay, war against who?
Right. Yeah. Tons of questions with this promo, which I'm loving. If that makes any sense.
It totally
I don't
does.
know. I like being lost in this. It's like a journey through fog it's like a spooky Halloween trail. You don't know what's around the corner, but you're excited.
Yes. Then the show kicks off a little bit because we see Darby skateboarding into like a parking garage type deal. Then we are in the arena.
We're in. We're finally in.
And Tony Schiavone's in the ring. Christian Cage and the Patriarchy come out to the ring to do a promo.
Yep.
And people may wonder who are listening to this, why do they talk about the clothes that everybody's wearing so much?
Yeah. It is good that we bring that up.
Well, when I am turning my brain off, the troublesome ants in the brain, if you will, the other colony of ants in my brain takes over. The hyperfocus ants who help me relax, and I focus on the little details and things. And part of that is viewing what I'm watching through the lens of my autism. And I notice the clothing, the colors, the possible textures, how I think it might feel on my skin.
Yeah. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
And that is why I notice these things.
Yeah, and let me speak to the ADHD side. And I know that I'm speaking a little bit for Amanda because she's mentioned this, but it's that ADHD distraction of, squirrel, and you see bright colors, you see things, but I mean, that's part of it's gotta be part of the reason why they put so much thought into the ensembles. I mean, otherwise they would just be like wearing trash bags or something. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, we do notice it a lot. We talk about it a lot, but it's because of the neurodivergence for sure. Yeah. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up because I'm sure some audience members were wondering.
Yeah, no problem. Getting back to Christian Cage, I love the turtleneck I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I don't remember watching wrestling ever and seeing somebody wearing a mock turtleneck.
Right?
It's a hilarious gimmick to me, the whole thing.
Yeah, and he pulls it off well.
Right. I am confused because I don't understand what an infinite aura is.
Yeah, I did put that in my notes too, and I don't know what it is. But apparently he's got it.
Yeah, according to his son, Nick Wayne.
Yeah.
He has one.
Shout out to Nick Wayne, though, for being that older brother figure to the Outrunners.
Yes.
Yeah. That wasn't in the episode. It was actually in the Hey EW YouTube stream. So check that out if you guys have a moment, because it is hilarious.
It is. The crowd started chanting Luchasaurus at one point.
Yeah, I had that on here. And then Christian calls the crowd rude.
Yeah. And he did say at one point, addressing Brian, you will wish your wife Bree was the one with CTE, so she wouldn't remember what an embarrassing champion you were. Ouch.
Yeah,
that cuts deep.
That's harsh, but it's a brilliant line.
It is. We do see them when they're walking away. The camera is panning through the audience. Kip Sabian is in the audience. So
yeah, I caught that too.
I think his feud with Nick Wayne is not done yet.
No, and I'm for it. I'd actually like to see more.
And that's my takeaway.
Yeah. yeah, all in all, I thought it was it was good work as a heel. You know,
Oh,
we're not
excellent
supposed to
heel
really
work.
like him, but
Of course we do, though.
like I was talking about with you earlier, it's a one of those you love to hate them things. If somebody can get you to love to hate them, then they're doing their job. And
Exactly.
I feel he's really good at that. So yeah, great promo. I thought it was fun.
Thirstometer.
Oh, here we go.
I am going to say 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10 Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
Yes,
okay. Because Nick Wayne is attractive.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Christian, yeah, he could get it.
Maybe there's something too about chanting Luchasaurus. It's just funny, so it like makes you more in the mood for Diet Cokes. Maybe I'm grasping here.
You're grasping there,
Okay,
I
I'm
admit.
sorry. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. Kip Sabian is attractive.
Yeah.
Mother Wayne, though, she intimidates me, and not in a good way. Not in like a Marina Shafir way.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
She is very pretty, though.
Yeah.
Very statuesque.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really my type, but I can see. It's one of those things where I can look and be like, yeah, that's pretty for someone. Just not me.
Yeah,
but whatever.
exactly. We cut to the back with Renee, and she is with Don Callis, Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and they are talking to Will Ospreay. And Don says Will and Kyle should team since Will has never lost a gauntlet, and Will owes him.
Yeah, it's that whole Godfather aspect. You owe me a favor. Yeah. So he's finally calling on it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I gotta say, respect to Ospreay for not doing the douchebag move. And he's like, you know what? You're right. I owe you, so I'll do it.
Right. Renee is gorgeous in that sheer, is it leopard print?
Yeah, it was almost like it was leopard with like almost something that was like translucent over it. Oh, I don't know.
It was a sheer leopard print, and then she had like a white dress underneath.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like there was some sort of layers of whatever.
She always looks put together, but not too put together. It looks effortless.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there.
It's not overdone.
No.
Takeshita is in all black, looking beautiful with the black nail polish.
Oh, that's gonna up the thirstometer, I bet.
You know it.
All right.
Kyle was looking dapper in a black 3-piece suit.
Yeah, God, Kyle's like on fire right now. Yeah, I think he's in a great spot, and he's hitting while the iron's hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Will was probably in joggers with the socks.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
over them. He was wearing the jersey. And looking hot.
Yeah.
Takeaway. Don Callis is a great heel. He's like the king of heels.
Yeah, completely agree with that. He's still one that you love to hate. Yeah. Although it drives me crazy that he doesn't wear socks. That's maybe my little neurodivergent thing. I'm like, oh, you're just in those shoes with no socks. And we couldn't see his feet, but I just know that he always does it. So it just drives me crazy.
I know. I don't like it either.
No. Yeah. No disrespect to anyone who likes that, but for me, it's just I couldn't do it.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Thirstometer.
Oh, here we go.
9 out of 10.
Ooh.
Takeshita, Kyle, Will.
No, I know you like him, but does Callis bring it down? Don Callis, does he bring it down a bit?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So he doesn't trigger any thirst for you.
No, not in the least.
Especially without those socks.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
He's not in the Diet Pepsi zone.
That makes sense. Yep. He's not like in Jericho territory.
Correct.
Okay.
But he is definitely not in Diet Coke zone. He's more in the store brand Diet Cola zone.
Ooh, like the Sam's Choice?
Yes. So he's neutral.
Okay.
I'm just numb. Well, we have our first match now.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, it is for the TNT Championship belt. Jack Perry versus Leo Rush. The ref is Aubrey Edwards. I like Jack's entrance music.
Yes.
And maybe it was just for this Dynamite, but Leo Rush's entrance graphics were a little overstimulating for me.
Oh, yeah. I remember you saying that. And I totally could see it. It was almost like some strobing effect almost.
Right. And they were really bright colors.
But I did notice also when Jack Perry came out, he didn't have that.
Oh, the goat head.
The goat head. And I actually prefer that because that jacket he has right now is awesome. You were telling me a little bit of a backstory of that.
You can buy the jacket.
Yeah.
There are, I believe, 100 available, and they are signed.
Okay. So as of when you looked it up, there were 100 available. So they may be gone by now.
Who knows?
But it's a sweet jacket.
And it's not on like Shop AEW or anything.
No, it's like on his site.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for him.
At first, when Leo Rush first came out in the jacket, I was like, I don't understand this big poofy jacket. But then as he got down to the ring, I was like, I do like the blue, white, and black of the jacket, and it does look comfy. And that might be because winter is coming.
Yes, it is.
And we're in Wisconsin.
Right. That would be a good I'm outside waiting for the bus jacket.
Or I'm outside snow blowing or shoveling.
I picked waiting for the bus because it's an activity where you're forced to just stand there. So you need as much fluff as you can get. Whereas like if I'm snow blowing, I generate a little bit of my own heat. So I tend to like things that breathe a little bit more. But yeah, either way.
That's true. Yeah.
Anyway, it would be a nice jacket.
Mm-hmm. Jack attacked before the bell rang.
Yes, he came out just strong as heck. Just came out fighting.
Yes. I like this Jack Perry.
Yeah. And then right after he did that, he did something, or maybe he did it before, but where he took off the jacket and he like threw it over the cameraman or like threw it over the camera.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a cool touch.
Yes, very sassy.
I liked it.
Action Andretti was in Leo Rush's corner wearing a white tee and jeans.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack is in the black jeans. I prefer the black jeans, just personal preference.
Sure.
And because obviously I like muted and darker colors.
Yeah.
Action Andretti did get ejected.
Yes. Yeah.
I was honestly surprised that when Aubrey was ejecting Action Andretti, Jack didn't take that opportunity to attack Leo.
Right. I definitely thought that was going to happen. So when it didn't, I was also surprised.
Mm-hmm. There was a beautiful Spanish fly done to Jack Perry by Leo Rush. I am wondering, on Leo's gear, on his tights, he has like a suspender-looking blue strap.
Yeah.
How is he not bothered by that?
And we've talked about the straps before.
Right, because
they're becoming more and more popular.
They are.
Yeah. Maybe our audience could reach out, shout back at us, let us know what they think.
Yeah, I would like to know. Am I one of the only people that's like, why do you do this?
Well, I know Amanda has expressed it. It confuses her as well. But
and Jack Perry picked up the win.
Yes.
What did you think of Aubrey's work?
Well, let me tell you, I thought she did a good job. I was expecting some shenanigans during the Andretti ejection, but she maintained order, which is, hard to do when you got Jack Perry, because he's like king of the shenanigans.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily king, but he's up there.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So, solid move, Aubrey. Good job.
Definitely. I thought it was a great match.
I did too. I was a little thrown by how quick Jack Perry made an exit right after the match. He didn't like stick around and gloat. He just like,
yeah.
Did you notice that?
I think maybe it was because he left the scapegoat bus running.
Oh,
that's what it looked like, because when he took off, it looked like the bus was ready to go.
Okay, now I get it.
Burning gas, man.
Right, and good for him for being concerned about that.
Yeah, it can't be cheap.
No.
I like this version of Jack Perry. He's much better at promos.
Yep.
He's a bit of a badass.
Yeah, I'm digging it. He's definitely moving up on my favorite list.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thermometer.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
We got an 8 out of 10.
All right.
Jack Perry.
That's pretty good, guys. Good job. You should be proud of that.
Yeah. And Leo Rush is a little cutie.
Yeah. I mean, he is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like him. He's like a spider monkey. He's just all over the place. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Let's wrap this match up.
All right. Let's close it out.
So all of a sudden, we're with Alex Marvez backstage trying to talk to Jack Perry, asking about what happened at All Out. And Jack says something, and I'm paraphrasing here, about how people like him are crucified only to be worshipped in the next life. And then he takes off in the scapegoat bus.
Yeah.
Takeaway. Great line.
Definitely. Well delivered, well executed. Maybe this is my ADHD, but my brain went to, I want to see the inside of the bus. I want him to give me a tour. Does he have a little bed back there? Is it like a little, did he convert it into like a little camper van?
Right.
So good promo, but my mind wandered about, I want to know what the bus looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I would love a promo from inside the bus. Let us see it.
Thermometer.
Yeah.
8 out of 10.
All right.
Jack Perry. Now we're backstage with Renee talking to Hangman. Get ready, folks. He still looks unhinged and crazy.
Yes.
Wearing all black, and I love it. And he says, basically, that he would have burned 1,000 houses down if they were all called home by Swerve.
Yeah.
And I know Amanda said that Hangman has gorgeous eyes when they're not crazy. I think his eyes are still gorgeous even when they're crazy.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And you have every right to think that because
Yes.
you are entitled to your opinions.
And she's entitled to hers.
Absolutely.
He did say that if you try to protect Swerve from him, he'll find you and he'll hurt you. So then Hangman goes on to attack a random guy, and then he stares down Top Flight because they look like they're trying to like come to the aid of said random guy.
Yeah.
Then he stares down Dark Order and Evil, which he used to be friends with.
Right.
And Evil Uno says, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
Which says a lot.
Yep.
And then Jeff Jarrett says he's seen guys go down the path that Hangman is going down to, and it ends up basically in regret. It says, you'll regret the day you laid hands on my wife. And they just start fighting, just brawling. And I'm going, okay, when are we going to see this match?
Yeah, no kidding.
Because I want to see Hangman just go after everyone.
Yeah.
Because there's a long list of people that got in his way, including Brian, on his way to try to get to Swerve. Like basically everybody that was in that casino gauntlet. So that's like a long list of people for him to fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're here for it, so.
I'm definitely here for it. I love Unhinged Hangman.
So stick to that storyline, guys. Bring it. Just go after everyone.
Yes.
Now, after Jarrett got smacked around, his wife came out to his aid, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was funny.
So we know my takeaway. Do you have anything to add?
Just simply, it's building a good storyline, and it's just interesting how much like Evil Uno went from like really not being on the radar to like he's everywhere right now.
You know, Dark Order was relegated to Ring of Honor, and they were heels in Ring of Honor. So it's interesting to see if they will be fighting Hangman at all.
Right. But do you know what I mean though? Like,
yes.
You barely ever saw. So it makes sense more the Ring of Honor, and I know I'm not as up on that as you are, and I appreciate you sharing that knowledge with me.
That's because when I went to Full Gear, first wrestling show ever. Woo. He was with them. They were friends.
Right.
And then, yeah.
Yeah. And Lisa and I were even discussing today about how we would like to get more into Ring of Honor, but none of us have the money to fork out to subscribe to that.
Yeah, which is fine. It happens.
Yeah.
And I know another interesting possible feud for Hangman would be Christian.
Yeah.
Because Christian won the Casino Gauntlet. He could take the title.
Right.
For Brian.
Right, exactly.
Or you have Hangman versus Mox. Because Mox has a beef with Brian right now.
Well, that would be good too. Hangman versus that entire new faction that Mox is putting together.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That would like break the thirstometer, I think.
You add Swerve into the mix and there is no thirstometer.
It's just...
It's broken forever.
Oh, geez. Well, maybe we don't want that. Our fans like the thirstometer.
I mean, we'll repair it. It'll just take some time.
Okay. I'm with you now. All right. Perfect.
All right. Thirstometer.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Oh, all right.
Unhinged Hangman in all black.
It gets you.
So now it looks like we're going to have a match with Private Party and Commander versus local talent.
Yeah.
With the ref being Aubrey Edwards.
Yep.
But they get attacked by Marina, Claudio, Mox, and Pac.
I gotta say, I didn't see it coming.
Neither did I.
I mean, it looked like it was like a legit match, but then it was just taking too long, and I'm like, what?
I didn't even know there was local talent out there until I saw them get beat up.
Oh, yeah.
Pac grabs the mic and says this company is broken. And he has also lost his way, his purpose. The events at All Out were inevitable. Diplomacy has failed.
And they're really going with that diplomacy has failed line.
Yeah. Also, why is Pac in gear and wet, but everybody else is dry and dressed?
Because he's a bastard.
I guess.
Maybe. I don't know.
Mox looks really comfy. Claudio looks comfy. That's something I would wear. Is that their new gear? The olive green jeans and white tee. The black workout pants and white tee. I mean, I'm not mad at it. These are just questions I have.
Yeah.
My takeaway, why didn't Darby come out, stop everything, and be like, I'm here, let's talk?
Right. I mean, seeing the whole episode, I mean, afterwards, yeah, it makes more sense. But in that moment, you're absolutely correct.
Exactly.
I was wondering, where's Darby? I mean, we saw him come in. Why is he just... Because he's not one to shy away from a confrontation.
Oh, and Hype Man Alex. Yeah. He's got some moves.
Yeah.
He is limber.
Yeah, that's true.
Thirstometer.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Ooh.
Mox.
Yep, that makes sense.
I'm not upset about the apparently too tight t-shirts that people on social media keep mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for it.
And the V-neck it up.
Mm-hmm. And Marina, beautiful.
Mhm.
Claudio, handsome.
Mm-hmm.
Even Pat is a good-looking gentleman.
A little wet.
He's wet and he seems a little out of place in gear, but that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, no kidding. No, it's good.
Now we move into Diet Pepsi territory.
Uh-oh.
Chris Jericho arrives with Big Bill and Brian Keith in a blue convertible Bentley. Beautiful car. He has that $7,000 jacket on that Orange Cassidy ruined 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to show everyone what Orange Cassidy has in his backpack that was more valuable than that cash.
Yeah, and that jacket was looking rough. Like it almost looked like it was starting to mold or something. I don't know. It definitely was orange stained.
Yes, I am with Taz.
But it just looked rough.
What does that smell like?
Yeah, right?
That's my takeaway.
Mm-hmm.
Thirstometer.
Oh, no.
All the Diet Pepsis.
Ooh.
That's never going to get old.
No.
Now we move on to a match. Ricochet versus Sammy Guevara.
Oh, yeah.
Referee is Rick Knox.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy's top ponytail throws me.
Yes. Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. But fill the audience in on what we were saying.
I'll get there.
Okay. Sorry.
The new jacket that he was wearing
Mm-hmm.
was very sparkly and blingy.
Yeah.
Just in a very not great way to me. But if you loved it, that's cool.
Right. I think I had mentioned something too, like his like legs were so like waxed and shimmery with the sparkly outfit. It almost looked like he had like girl tights on, you know?
Yeah, I can understand that.
But I'm not trying to shame him. Just at first when he came out, I'm like, is he wearing like sparkly tights? And I'm like, no, he's just glimmering that much.
Yes, he is the Spanish god.
Yeah.
Maybe that was part of it.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it would really trip someone's trigger. So good for him.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His name is on the butt of his tights. And that reminded me of those juicy sweatpants.
Oh, yeah.
But he can't be the only wrestler with his name on his butt.
Well,
But in that moment, I couldn't think of any other wrestlers. All in all, Sammy was looking very blinged out and sparkly. But I did like the blue and the black, though.
Yeah.
Ricochet is still in that gold, silver, and black gear from his debut.
Yeah, he's really embracing the whole color scheme of the AEW.
Mm-hmm. Sammy did a beautiful moonsault off the entrance ramp.
Mm-hmm.
But he did look like he tweaked his ankle.
Oh, yeah. That looked like it hurt. I was convinced he actually did hurt himself. Just not bad enough where he was done. But I think he was hurting and then he walked it off.
Yeah.
And good for him, because the rest of the match you would not have known. So if he did hurt himself a bit, he did good. He did. But I was scared we were dealing with an injury right in the beginning.
He is a risk taker, just not as big of a risk taker as Darby.
Oh, yeah. Well, Darby's crossing the border into insanity, quite frankly.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah. But whoever does like their medical insurance coverage probably isn't. Every time he does a move, they're like, oh my God.
Right. All right. So getting back to Sammy's hair. So when his hair tie comes out, his hair goes all over his head, as expected.
Mm-hmm.
And it always reminds me of those chickens with all the feathers all over their heads.
Right.
It's a crested chicken. I looked it up.
Yeah, he's got chicken hair for sure.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like if he's trying to grow out his hair, that's just...
I know a lot of people that actually do like either like a high man bun or like a high pone where it's just kind of floofy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if that's the style he's going for, I know a lot of people that like it.
Yeah.
It's just, it was funny because there are times when it resembles a chicken.
Yeah. And I will put a picture of the crested chicken on our social media so you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Look for that on our social so you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
It's a beautiful chicken. It is.
It is.
It's got better feather hair than me.
Well, you don't have feather hair.
No, but I'm saying it's got better hair than me if it had hair.
I still like your hair.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ricochet wins.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Beast Mortos comes out of nowhere and spears Ricochet.
Yeah, he did.
But Sammy comes in with a chair and chases Beast Mortos out. He helped Ricochet up, and then they shake hands.
Yep.
What'd you think of Rick Knox?
Well, Rick, I had here that he didn't do a bad job, but there was just tons of moments where he's just there. There's nothing super special about it. He's doing his job, but he doesn't bring the flair that some other people do. He's not doing like a fast dive in to count.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, he did a good job, but it doesn't blow. It wasn't anything to write home about.
Gotcha. I thought this was a very solid match.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that Ricochet is finally in AEW because I've seen him in the other company. I was a fan of him there as well. I feel like he will be able to show himself off more here.
Yeah.
Maybe creatively, freedom-wise, if that makes sense.
I think it does.
Plus, more people will get to see him
Yeah.
that maybe have, like, just personally choose not to watch WWE.
Correct. I do not watch the other company. So so he's new to me. I didn't know him before.
Yeah. And you're really enjoying his work so far.
Oh, absolutely.
Thirstometer.
Oh, yeah.
8 out of 10.
All right.
Ricochet.
The chicken didn't sway you at all?
Not really, no.
Oh, that's fair.
He actually never has, even when he had shorter hair. Let's wrap this match up.
All right, let me call it.
Renee is backstage with Okada.
Oh, yeah.
And she asks, what's next for you? And he pretends to be emotional. And Don Callis shows up with Takeshita. And he talks about how, you didn't pin Takeshita. And Okada says he'll be champion someday, but not Continental champion.
Yeah.
And then he walks away, comes back, and we're hit with...
Bitch.
Yeah, it was very well delivered, very smooth. Like you thought he was walking away, he just comes back and it was an equivalent of a mic drop, but it was an Okada bitch mic drop.
Yes.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yes. Now, I am looking forward to Okada versus Takeshita.
Yeah.
This is
I think
a
a lot
match.
of people are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, something I did not know before tonight is they are from rival companies in Japan.
Oh, I'm learning this right now.
So my takeaway is that's got many layers for me as well.
Yeah. I like the layers. I love the background story. That's why I've actually really gotten into like the YouTube stuff with like the behind the scenes interviews. The Hey EW is hilarious.
RJ City is a star.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Thirstometer.
Okay, here we go.
9 out of 10.
All right.
You got Takeshita and Okada.
Yeah.
Please.
There was some callous in there though.
That's what took it down to a 9.
Fair. That makes sense. Thank you.
And we had our first bitch count.
Yes, we got a bitch.
Because I believe Okada was calling Callis the bitch.
Oh, yeah, I figured it was callous. Yeah, for sure.
Now we have a big moment because Darby's music hits, which I love Darby's music.
Yes.
And he just starts to slowly walk down the ramp. At this point, I'd just like to point out the shortness of his pants would bug the crap out of me if I had to wear them.
Can I ask how you would feel about his jacket?
I wouldn't mind it, but I would prefer if it was black if I had to wear it.
Right. You wouldn't want the pink.
No.
But doesn't it look like soft and fluffy?
It does.
It'd be like a big hug from a teddy bear. Yeah. No, I love his jacket. It's a solid choice.
I do too.
And the whole statement of, yeah, bitch, I'm man enough to wear pink. It reminds me of a meme that I saw a while back of every outfit is unisex if you're not a little bitch about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He says that someone has been looking for him. I'm right here. And then he starts waiting. So Mox's music hits. Marina is leading Moxley out. I love that she's his muscle.
Yeah.
Or that it's implied that she's his muscle.
It's a wonderful dynamic. I think that's awesome that they're doing that.
Before he comes close to the ring, he has his hands up and he lifts his shirt up to show basically that he has no weapons. When they're in the ring, Marina is basically in Darby's face and he backs her away from him. Mox backs.
Yep.
And he says, nothing has changed between me and you.
Yeah.
And Darby says, enough, John. We don't act like superstars. We came from nothing. We'll stop at nothing not to go back to that. And Darby continues that his first year in wrestling, he was looking for someone to aspire to be like, but everybody let him down, but not John. Because it's not about the ego or the money, it's about loving pro wrestling. They actually first met wrestling in a high school gym.
So, is that a real true story?
Probably.
Okay, good for them. I didn't know if we had any background history on that, but...
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Fair.
Darby then says that he would never do to Sting, who he considers family, what Mox did to Brian.
Yeah.
And Mox says, you're not ready to be the world champion. I need you to hand over your title shot to me. So at Grand Slam, Darby's like, no way. Mox will need to earn the title shot. And Mox says he's always had Darby's back. He believes in him. He loves him. Trust him. Darby has no idea what's going on. What? Okay, so September 25th, Grand Slam, there'll be a match between Darby and Mox for this title shot against Bryan.
Right.
And Darby then delivers a great line.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it.
But if you want to burn AEW to the ground, don't be surprised when I pull you into the fire.
Yeah, beautiful line.
Mm-hmm. All in all, it was a great promo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was awesome.
I am wondering, does Mox want to be the one to retire Bryan to just finally kill the Blackpool Combat Club?
Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing.
Is that the only thing that's going on? What is the war?
Right, same exact thing. Just, it's leaving me with more questions. I'm digging it. I'm not upset, but I'm also very anxious for the reveal.
Thirstometer.
Yeah?
10 out of 10.
All right.
You got Marina. You got Mox. And I'll take a little Darby.
Fair.
Now we're going to Alex Marvez. And he's talking to Christopher Daniels. And they're talking about the September 25th Mox versus Darby match.
Mm-hmm.
And Christopher Daniels says Darby has always been a risk taker, but this risk seems unnecessary. Enter Nigel McGuinness. And he needs a word with Tony Khan now.
Yep.
Takeaway. What?
Yeah, I guess I didn't even have time to. It was so fast, and I didn't really know what was going on yet, so I didn't really have a moment to process it. Other than just what?
Yeah,
I think you summed it up well with just a what. I drug it out too long.
What is so important, Nigel, that you need to talk to Tony? But okay, I guess maybe we'll find out. Thirstometer. 5 out of 10. I wouldn't kick Christopher Daniels out of my living quarters.
Okay. What about Nigel?
Yeah.
I mean, what if he threw in some magic?
Yeah.
Bring it up a little?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
We have a match.
Oh, yes, we do.
Mariah May versus Queen Aminata it's the AEW Championship qualifier.
Yes, and I think this is the one I was most hyped about tonight. Going into it, this is the one I was looking forward to the most.
The ref is Stephon Smith. Mariah May comes out wearing an all-white outfit. Queen Aminata has a really pretty green, blue, peacock-looking colored outfit on.
Peacock was a great way of putting it. It definitely peacocked.
It was like a...
Definitely peacocked.
It's a verb now. Well, it was the green, and then there was the blues, and it was just all the way everything blended.
Yeah.
Although Queen Aminata, that puka shell choker thing, was super high, and good on her because I could not do that.
You got to have a good neck for sure to pull that off.
Yeah.
I've got a short, stubby neck.
I do too, and I would be like, please get it off me now.
Right. It would be too much of a choker for me.
Yes.
It would literally be choking. It would... It would be like Moxley with a bag over someone's head. Not quite that bad of choking, but...
So, as far as their gear goes, I don't understand the purpose of the arm sleeves.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like an unnecessary accessory.
Yeah.
To me.
Yep, I can see that. But maybe it adds glamour?
It could be, but it just seems like extra stuff to put on to me.
Well, that's our neurodivergent brains going, you don't need that.
Right.
None
of us like the licking of the hands, fingers, and spitting.
Right. What is with this now? And it seems to be really heavy in the girls that are very flashy, glamorous, and British. I mean, what's with that? Is that like the new thing?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not for it. Because let's recap here. It's been a ton of Mariah May, right?
And Harley Cameron.
And it's been a ton of Harley Cameron. Who else has been
Nyla
doing it?
Rose only licks her hand after she beat somebody.
Right, which we've talked about. And I don't like it just because I don't like spit. But at least it makes sense where it's like it stings more. So it's like it's a move. It's not...
Right.
Yeah, but... So yeah, I don't know. British gals apparently just love fingers in their mouths. Or have oral fixations of some sort.
We're not going to touch that one.
No, we're not.
I would just like to say, wherever these women are getting their sports bras, especially the larger chested ladies, I need to know.
Yeah.
I need to know.
So Willow, please shout out to Lisa.
Please.
She needs it.
Please.
And it'd just be fun to hear from Willow.
Yeah. I did hear some Aminata chants. So that was nice.
Yes, the crowd was behind her, and I was all for it. That when I said at the beginning that this was the one I was looking forward to the most, I was 100% Queen Aminata. That was who I was rooting for.
Oh, I was the same way.
Yeah.
Mariah May wins, and she says she still hasn't had her AEW Women's Championship celebration. Something is missing. someone's missing. And it was Mina Shirakawa. Please come back. And for me, my first thought was, is that just so they can kiss again? Because, okay. But then I'm like thinking, that's not really fair of me because I haven't seen Mina really wrestle enough,
Fair.
you know?
Yeah.
And maybe they'll feud.
Oh, okay.
You know, maybe Mina will be like, oh, I'm here. Yay. And, you know, they'll kiss and be best friends. And then Mina will be like, I want that belt.
Ooh, that would be a good storyline. I would be there for that. Yeah. Okay. You just sold it to me.
The rolling around in the ring, though, for me, only works for Tony Storm.
100% agree.
I only want to see it if Timeless Tony's doing
When
it.
Tony's doing it, it looks like it's some magical piece of art. If anyone else does it, it looks like a childish tantrum.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't. It doesn't do anything for me.
Maybe it's because we know Mariah May is obviously copying Tony, like mocking her.
Right. Yeah. Maybe if like Nyla Rose did something like that, we would think differently. I don't know. Either way,
yeah.
I'm not encouraging anyone to do it. I'm not for it.
What'd you think, Stephon Smith? What'd you think of his job?
You know, honestly, I thought it was the same as the other ones. He was there. He did a good job, but there wasn't a lot for flair. So it was good. But we'll just leave it at that.
Fair. Thirstometer. I'm going to go 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Mariah May is very beautiful. Queen Aminata is stunning.
Oh, yeah.
She's all legs.
Yes, and like perfect skin. Unbelievable. Yeah.
We cut to the Young Bucks.
Oh, yeah.
And they say that...
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
I didn't close it out.
Oh, you didn't close out the match.
My apologies. See, Amanda's not here, so I'm sucking at my ref job, but here we go. There we go. Now it's official.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, you're welcome.
So we cut to the EVPs, and they say they are the tag team division. And they mention how the fans are whining about how they want a new tag team. And the EVPs say, well, you should be mad at the tag teams who aren't good enough to beat them. It's the reason they booked the tag team Casino Gauntlet.
Right. It's a good line.
My takeaway is I love the idea of the tag team Casino Gauntlet.
Oh, I do too.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see who shows up.
No kidding.
I mean, we'll get the usuals. Thirstometer.
Ooh, here we go.
7 out of 10.
All right.
Matthew.
Way to go, Matthew.
Now we have a match. The Learning Tree versus the Iron Savages. The referee is Aubrey Edwards. Now I'm going, is that the same jacket? Or did they make a new one? Does it smell gross?
Right.
And I noticed the crowd is chanting Big Bill.
Yeah, he's all of a sudden got fans.
Chris Jericho has the squid shart tights on.
I love that that's what we're officially calling them, the squid shart tights.
Also, Jericho does not deserve to be taken to Titty City.
No, he doesn't.
And we just noticed that Big Bill has a Tony Schiavone quote on his butt, which is the only time that we wanted to concentrate that much to read his butt.
Right, because that's exactly what we said. We were trying to figure out what it said because we saw like the first part, but not the second part. And then I even turned to you and I'm like, this is going to be the only time we actually want to look at Big Bill's ass. Because ew. But yeah, it was a good touch. It was funny that he put a Schiavone quote on his rear end.
And it says, too much man.
Yeah, that was hilarious. So good job, Big Bill.
And the Learning Tree wins, which is a bummer because I love the Iron Savages.
I do too, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I do like how you put that though, that they don't deserve the honor of going to Titty City.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
No, 100% agree.
So then we get to see what is in Orange Cassidy's backpack, which is more valuable than $7,000 in cash. And it is a picture of Orange Cassidy with Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, and Chris Statlander when they were the best friends. And Chris Jericho says, there are no friends in pro wrestling. If you think there are, you're probably being used. And Big Bill side-eyes Jericho hard.
Yeah.
Like his gears are turning.
Yep. So I caught that. It was fast. I actually wish they would have milked it a little bit more, but I caught it. I know the guys over at
All Elite
Wrap Up, they touched on it too. So they noticed too. So it for sure was a thing.
Then we get Orange Cassidy on the Titantron. And he tells Chris that he does have his cash. He just doesn't have it all on him.
Yep.
But Mark Briscoe and Kyle O'Reilly have the rest of it.
Yeah, they do.
And they are driving a front end loader. And the bucket is filled with change. They drive it over and dump it all in and on the convertible Bentley. And the crowd starts chanting, "You deserve it." which I thought was a nice touch.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Oh, it was a good crowd. It was a good crowd that night.
And I absolutely believe that Mark Briscoe is certified to drive that.
I can see that. Yeah.
He would need it on the farm.
I thought like the chef's kiss at the end though was when Orange Cassidy came up and like put a dollar bill on but made change.
Yes.
That was
a very nice touch.
Yeah.
What did you think of Aubrey's work in the ring?
It was good. She was definitely, well, it was a quick match, so that's tough. But she was getting right in there and doing her classic Aubrey style. Yeah, I mean, I think the audience has already caught on. I have a little bit of a weakness for Aubrey. I like her style. She did good.
That's fair.
Yeah.
She did a lot of matches tonight.
She did. So good for her. She had a good night.
The Big Bill side eye
Mm-hmm.
and the gears turning with what Chris Jericho said. I am wondering if that branch will split.
I think it's about to.
Thirstometer.
Oh, okay.
If we're talking about the learning tree, it's all the Diet Pepsis.
Oh, guys. Oh. It is what it is.
If we're talking about the Iron Savages,
Oh, here we go.
we're talking 5 Diet Cokes.
Oh, good job, guys. I actually didn't expect that. Good.
And then we have Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Briscoe. So that
Oh,
gets...
that's true. That's, yep.
That
yep.
gets its own, and that's like 7 Diet Cokes.
Okay. In my opinion, there wasn't enough Briscoe and O'Reilly. Could have used a bit more. But it was still good. It
They are
was good.
such a good pairing.
Mhm.
So let's close out that match.
All right. And here we go.
Now we finally get to find out what Nigel had to see Tony Khan about.
Oh, yeah.
Because Nigel is in the ring and he has something he has to get off his chest. He thinks an event like Grand Slam should have the AEW champion compete. And he's had to watch from the sidelines as Brian has competed. Nigel has been a postscript. He has had to watch Brian's success that should have been his. And he says Brian is afraid of him. But Tony Khan isn't afraid and he knows a money match when he sees one.
Yeah.
So at Grand Slam, it will be Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness.
Ooh.
He then leaves the ball in Brian's court.
Oh.
My takeaway.
Mhm.
If Brian is indisposed, as Mox mentioned previously, to the point that Darby can't face him at Grand Slam, if I understood that correctly, I'm guessing that means that Brian won't show up to face Nigel, or if he does, he will be so severely not 100% that he'll lose. And if he loses, does that mean he's retired then?
If it's for the belt, in theory, once the belt's gone.
Right.
Did they say it was for the belt? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Either way.
We gotta go back and watch this episode.
Right. So, all right. So let's say he's indisposed and he doesn't show up. That means Nigel will continue to have bragging rights that Brian is too scared to face him.
Yep.
If he does show up and he loses to Nigel, Nigel then gets to say he retired Bryan Danielson if it's for the belt. If it's not for the belt, but Nigel gets to beat him, Nigel gets that cherry on top of I beat Bryan Danielson. I beat the American Dragon.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
So there's many, many ways this could go.
Yep. Yep. And I'm for it all.
Because they do have a history in Ring of Honor. And since Nigel has been on commentary, he has been a total heel commentator towards and like talked crap about Bryan Danielson from the start. And I know a lot of people want to see this match.
Yeah. Yeah. And let me, is it all right if I just throw something out?
Yeah.
With Nigel, that dude is all about super tight polos.
Yeah.
And button those guys all the way to the top.
It's a muscle man thing, I think.
I suppose. I mean, he pulls it off.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever.
Thirstometer.
Yeah.
6 out of 10.
All right.
He did get his hair cut, so
See, I did.
it doesn't look like a duck's butt completely.
There you go. And if there would have been magic, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why
I mean,
like
at this point, I'm expecting magic.
I don't know why I always want to give him crap about magic, but I love it. I truly do love it. I want to see some magic. I
Well,
do.
on he has a Hey AEW.
Yeah, I
episode
haven't
where
watched
he
that
says-
one yet. I got to do that.
Next, we are outside someplace with Hook.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, Roddy, I respect you. However, my respect is disturbed when your buddies jump me after I choke you out. Then you whine about your foot being on the rope. That's not the Roddy I respect. He talks about how he had just won the belt from a legend at Wembley. He then challenges Roddy, and he's waiting for him to accept anytime, any place Roddy wants.
So tell me, Roderick, When's it gonna be? I want to see you try and take this away from me.
Mm-hmm.
First off, I thought it was a nice promo.
Yeah.
I thought he did better for being a longer promo than when Jack Perry was trying to do promos as Jungle Boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been waiting for Hook to do longer promos.
Mm-hmm. He's talking way more than he used to.
Yes, and he needs to do that
That's true.
if he's going to develop.
Although I did love the gimmick of just bet.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he needs to. He's developing his character, and I think he does a pretty smooth job with the promos.
And
Good for him.
I have to admit, I kind of got a little weak in the knees when he said Roderick.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about that, where he transitions from Roddy to then being like Roderick. And I was like, yep.
It's like when you got somebody who's got like their glasses off look and their glasses on.
Yeah.
They've got their formal and their casual and their
Yep.
Roddy and their Roderick.
It's the accent too.
Sure. No, I'm
just a thirsty person.
And you know what? I'm here for the journey. I enjoy that. Just
Just watching me formulate.
the thirst observation. The thirstivate. Let's not combine it.
The thirstivation.
The thirst. Either way, the thirst observation. It's a riot. It brightens my day every time. Anyway, let's continue.
Thirstometer.
Yes.
9 out of 10.
All right. And it would have been a 10 if you would have had a lacrosse reference. Not really.
Yeah, we don't know. We are back in the arena. We have the entrance of the EVPs, which is super extra.
Mm-hmm.
They get chairs brought out so they can sit and watch the tag team gauntlet match. And I love that they're sitting right on top of the entrance ramp, so everybody has to go around them.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. They looked like comfortable chairs.
Oh, yeah. The referee is going to be Paul Turner.
Mm-hmm.
First team out is FTR. And then we have Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Assassin Creed pants and the velvety red trunks of Ospreay and Fletcher.
Yeah. And we've talked about that before, where
Mm-hmm.
Fletcher's got the trunks that look velvety. They're not the lumberjack style like Wheeler, but we like them.
FTR has on the black trunks with their faces on their butts.
Which I dig.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of their better outfits.
It's a nice clash of styles as far as wrestling styles goes.
Mm-hmm.
The Righteous comes out next.
Oh, I'm sorry for the groan, but
Yeah. Dutch with the tongue thing creeps me out big time.
Oh, yeah.
And Vincent with the dreads, no thank you. Vincent's tights are kind of cool though.
Yeah.
Undisputed comes out then. Mike Bennett and Matt Taven. I love the black and white, and possibly the silver.
Mm-hmm.
The crown on their tights is cool.
Yeah.
And we did like the long tights better.
Yes. Yep, I do.
The Acclaimed was after that.
Yep.
We get a shot of the crowd. Stokely's in the crowd clapping.
Yeah.
Is he scouting?
I don't know.
Or does he have a tag team that we don't know about in this gauntlet?
Because they didn't really ever answer it, did they?
No.
No. So yeah, I first of all, good eye for catching it. Because it was quick.
Yeah, it was.
But I wonder where they're going with that.
Mm-hmm. MXM collection comes out.
Oh my God.
The touching tips are so great. I love that gimmick.
I love those guys.
Yeah. You pointed out, and I agree with you, that they're so coordinated with their moves and their poses.
They are, because like they do a move and it's a genuinely good move that's hard to pull off. And then they like roll into like a side pose thing. And it's honestly got to be difficult to coordinate. And they do it really well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When we came back from the commercial, Matt Taven swore at someone in the audience. What happened? If anybody is listening to us and can tell us, reach out and tell us what happened. Did you catch what he said?
Yeah, we would love it if somebody had like some personal cell phone footage, because the audio guys did a great job covering it up.
Right.
So yeah, I'd like to know more about what happened.
Like, did someone touch him inappropriately? Did someone touch him when he wasn't expecting it? Did someone get in the way?
Yeah.
Moving on, Top Flight came out next. They had great gear.
They had their original gear back, right?
Yeah, it was so nice to see them not in like the flight suit things, like the pilot looking.
Yeah, we've talked about that. So we actually did like the coveralls.
Yeah, that they had during All Out.
Mm-hmm. And didn't they wear
They
the
had
Moxley
those backstage. Yep.
in the hanger promo?
Yep.
They had them on in the hanger promo, but they're back to their old pants, which I dig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Outrunners come out.
Oh my God.
The youngest men alive.
They were so young. It's crazy.
Did they have on new gear? We think so.
Yeah, I think it was mixed up a little bit. Well, they're on fire right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, what? They're outselling, like, some of the key players in the merch store.
Mm-hmm. Their names are on their butts, but we don't care.
I like it.
We love it.
I feel like they can pull it off because they're so young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's because they're so young. We just chalk it up to them just being young and naive. And yeah, they don't, whatever.
Yeah,
anyway.
we love it.
Yeah.
Next out were the grizzled young veterans.
Yeah.
They didn't even make it on the ramp. FTR was just right up there fighting with them.
Yep.
And that was fine with us. They can just take it out, take it outside.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that they're in the company, but they're, I don't know. It's almost like in my little roster of who I like, they haven't earned a spot yet. So I'm just like, whatever. When they do something that's like really cool, I'll be like, all right. But in the meantime, they haven't really impressed me too much. You know?
The Outrunners and MXM started wrestling each other during the gauntlet, and I was super, super happy.
Yes.
Super happy. But Fletcher and Ospreay won.
Yeah.
Which means we had to riot because the Outrunners lost.
Yeah.
So Eau Claire was burned to the ground.
Yeah. No kidding. Because, no.
Yeah. What'd you think of Paul Turner?
So, Paul, I thought Paul did an excellent job. He did a great job just with all the chaos. He did a great job of just really playing into the chaos, really selling the chaos, staying with everything. Because there's so much to take in.
Yeah, there is.
But he was all over the place and he was a champ, and impressive job, Paul.
Nice. Takeaway. Okay, I will deal with the fact that Fletcher and Ospreay won.
Yep.
They were my second favorite team to win
I can
after
live
the
with it.
Outrunners.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. I definitely wanted the Outrunners. Normally I'd be like, well, the Outrunners aren't going to win, but they're so like on fire right now.
Yeah, they're the pop that they received when they came out.
Yeah.
Wow. Thirstometer.
Oh, yeah.
We've basically got a 10 out of 10.
I saw that coming because it had all the greats.
Yeah, you have
Well, wait a second.
Yeah.
Can we just say the Righteous gets
all the Pepsis.
Okay. They don't deserve to be included in the 10 out of 10.
No.
Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that.
The 10 out of 10 includes Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher.
And you gotta tell me the Outrunners scores.
Well, the Outrunners, obviously.
Thank you.
An MXM collection.
Well, wait a second. Is that on the dirty side because they're just so young?
No.
No?
They are legal.
Okay, cool. Cool.
And you've got the Acclaimed because Max Caster's thighs alone.
Oh, yeah. He's got the thighs that will roll the eyes. We've discussed that before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's close out this match.
Yes, I will close it out. All right.
Bitch count. We have one.
One bitch.
Okada. Because Okada called Callis that.
Yep.
CTE alert, 0.
Good
job, everybody.
Good job.
Wrestler of the night. Who's yours, Gary?
Well, I would say my wrestler of the night would be Will Ospreay.
Any reason why?
And because he stepped up and he kept a promise. He didn't want to do it. He specifically said, I'm saving my energy and focusing on Ricochet. But he saw a friend in need. He remembered he made a promise and he kept it. And frickin' won.
Yeah.
So that's why he's my wrestler of the night.
And he is very vocal about the fact that he has ADHD and autism.
Which we love. Absolutely.
My wrestler of the night would be Darby Allin.
Oh, yeah. Fill me in.
He is another wrestler besides Jon Moxley, and I'm sure there's many more that I'll come up with, who seems like they live their life unmasked.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that Darby is neurodivergent.
But I can see how the way he lives, a person could be very envious of that and want to channel that, you know?
Yeah, whether he's just his authentic self.
Absolutely.
Or at least appears to be that way.
It's definitely something to be looked up to.
Who's your ref of the night?
Well, my ref of the night is actually going to be Paul Turner. Now, I really appreciated how many matches Aubrey was in, but that gauntlet was so action-packed. I mean, it was awesome. It was almost like pay-per-view level.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
And Paul really helped sell it. And he was all over and he was in there. And so I'm going to give it to Paul. So way to go, Paul. Good job, buddy.
Nice choice.
Thank you.
Now we introduce a new segment, tidbit, if you will, D-bag of the night.
Yeah. I need a sound effect for that one. I don't know what to do, though. But we'll get one.
My D-bag of the night is Chris Jericho.
Yeah?
Because the learning tree needs to stop
Lowest
saying that
things.
there's no friends in pro wrestling.
Right.
D-bag move, dude.
Yep.
Who's your D-bag of the night?
Well, I honestly want to go. You talked me into Jericho, quite frankly. But do I go with somebody else? Should I? You know what? I'm gonna second your Jericho, but I'm gonna call out Bad Apple because Big Bill was at least smart enough to see through Jericho's shit, but Bad Apple was right in there and be like, "Yeah, don't you be mean to Chris Jericho." So it's like, dude, come on, open your eyes, you D-bag.
Yeah.
So there, I'm gonna agree with you, but add.
Listeners, if you have any other little segments that you would like us to add, please reach out to us and let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is now time for our neurodivergent fun fact.
Oh, yeah.
Some neurodivergent people need written, concise instructions. Reducing uncertainty can empower neurodiverse people to accomplish their work goals efficiently. By far, one of the most commonly requested accommodations by neurodiverse individuals on the Mentra platform is to have written and concise instructions. This can include a written checklist of daily or weekly goals, written examples of how to act in different scenarios, and written instructions of expectations. This can be helpful to people across the neurodiverse spectrum. People with ADHD frequently struggle with remembering what they are told to do, and forgetting instructions is considered a diagnostic hallmark of the condition. Having instructions written down can be a lifesaver. Additionally, autistic individuals tend to be black and white, literal thinkers. Having concrete written directions can clear up miscommunication and help make work more efficient. Those with dyslexia and/or auditory processing difficulties also benefit from a combination of both written and spoken information. This is one way we can help neurodiverse folks at school, home, and work. So please request accommodations.
Yeah. We all need to be more vocal about it. Because throughout my life, I've always needed that. Matter of fact, I had a conversation with a boss. It was a conversation where I was telling him about how we were talking about management style and how I had a boss who was like vague on purpose.
Oh.
And then he came back with, oh, so you want everybody to like lay everything out for you? And I'm like, no, I need clear communication of what is expected so I can meet those goals and rise above it.
Yeah.
And then my boss was like, oh.
I know I personally am not a visual learner. I need clear, written, step-by-step instructions so I can understand and do my task as I'm following those instructions.
Yeah.
And sometimes when someone is telling me how to do something, I will, and you've seen me do this, when you're showing me how to work a program, I will be taking furious notes, just really detailed notes of step by step how to do something. So with that, we thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Please look for us on Facebook at facebook.com WWND pod.
There's a slash in there, right?
Yes.
Facebook.com/WWND
pod. Thank you.
No space, right? All just one WWND pod?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are on Instagram, instagram.com/WWND pod. We are on Threads at WWND pod.
Yeah. Now, we only do a review of Dynamite, but we are live threading every collision and every rampage.
Yes.
So look for us and get in on the conversation because it's fun.
And we are usually threading pay-per-views if we're watching pay-per-views.
True.
And our email is wwndpod@gmail.com. So again, feel free to reach out to us. Give us suggestions. Give us feedback. Let us know if you want to know anything. Let us know if you want to have us add segments.
Yeah.
Ask us questions.
Even if you just want to record yourself with a hot take, we'll play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So again, thank you for joining us. We look forward to next week.
All right. Goodbye.
Dead air.
Thank you for listening to WWND, Wrestling with Neurodivergence, a Podcast Ahoy production. The producers of WWND are Lisa Rudd, Amanda Putnam, and Gary Putnam. Recording is done by Gary Putnam. Editing is done by Lisa Rudd. Check out our social media for updates on upcoming pods and for clips and other media referenced in this episode. Links and information can be found in the episode notes. Thanks again from everyone at the WWND family.